De nada, de nada. Here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner. In the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have his opponent going for the going for a very cheeky SCV. Across the map, we do have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And going for the proxy. 2 racks. We have 2 SCVs being sent across the map. We have the racks being set up here on the right hand side. herO does go for the probe scout through the center, and herO, he will confirm that the racks is missing. Now when it comes to PvT, it is not uncommon for the Terran player to hide their racks behind the natural, at the 3rd location, or at even behind the main as well. So herO has to confirm what exactly is going on. Seeing the lack of racks is not enough of a tell. But goes further in. You can see he's rechecking behind the main or further into the main base, behind the mineral line as well, as racks are often hidden here to fake a proxy. Back at home, 2-gate opener. Okay, that is not standard. 2-gate opener will allow herO not just to defend, but to counterattack. It's a very aggressive form of defense, and again, it does lead into potentially punishing the Terran if ByuN fails to do damage. So here we go. So we have the 2-gate response, which means late Nexus, late expansion. Oh, we're going proxy Marauder, not Reaper. My apologies. Okay. Both gases are being taken. We do have the tech lab across the map as well. Marauders are going to be amassing. And we'll see how herO can handle himself. As the first Marauder is on the way. I mean, I feel like this is going to benefit herO a little bit here, going for the stronger defense. Early on, he may have to pull some of the probes, pull some of the boys to defend. As Marauders are amassing. So again, we have Concussive Shell on the way. herO, he's checking the proxy location, and herO, he doesn't quite confirm. But he has the high ground. herO's going to be careful. Oh, he spots. Yeah, that's what the army. He gets caught on low ground. herO has to pull away. And he will soon have 4 stalkers. He can soon surround. And again, he may need to pull some of the probes. Pulling further back. Coming in from behind. Again, that's permanent damage on these Marauders. Oh, late reaction. Yeah, late reaction, late kiting here by herO. He's going to lose 1. 1 stalker goes down, but he will clean this up. Yeah, he will completely shut this down, takes down all 3 Marauders, shuts down the SCVs. And remember, because of the 2-gate opener, herO, he will soon overwhelm, counterattack, and ByuN has nothing. ByuN has nothing back at home. Yeah, he has nothing. Stalkers keep rallying. We have the proxy gateway across the map to reinforce. herO knows. Does trade with the Marauders. herO has to be careful. It does trade. There we go. Trades 2 for 2. Once again, going for that final word. Trades 3 for 3. No. Yes, here he cannot get away. Barely a better trade for ByuN. Here he wants the counterattack, going for a proxy robo. Going for a proxy robo. 1 base all in out of herO. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh. As herO gets caught. herO gets caught out. Has to pull away. Shield batteries in production. And the stalkers, they got across the map. No! They got across the map. Yeah, ByuN has no production. He can pull the boys in and attempt to surround. As ByuN is on a timer, meanwhile the boys are being pulled for herO. Down to 3 Marauders. herO does lose 1 stalker. 1 stalker gets caught, but there's still 3 left. Yeah, there's still 3 left over. Plenty for herO. He kites back, he kites away. The battery is going to go down. herO once again pulls his own boys. That is 5 Marauders though. That's a lot of Marauders. ByuN, can he pull this off? Can he do it? Down to 4. ByuN, he might have too much. Yeah, he might have too much here. He's going to be reinforced with 2 more Marauders. Stim is on the way. Stim is almost done. With Stim finishing, I don't think herO can ever deal with this. There's just too much firepower, too much DPS. Here he does kill all the SCVs across the map, but that may not matter. Yeah, depowers the gateways. Stim is now done. He scans, he rushes in. There's a recall back home. He's going to have 4 Stalkers to defend. Sorry, 5. Oh no, he gets caught out. Ah, rough recall. Yeah, rough recall. 1 Stalker falls. And Marauders are so low. he breaks through. They're so low. Down to 4 Marauders, down to 3. Down to 2. And herO, he defends. He survives. GG gets called, and herO takes game number 1. Whew. GG, Bappy. GG, well played. Ay, ay, ay. Very chaotic game, very chaotic. In the end, it did benefit herO that he did go for a 2-gate response instead of a standard response. A much more aggressive, much more assertive against a proxy marauder was ideal for herO, and he eventually turned his own build into a 1-base all-in. The robo never came into play, as ByuN did double down, but he lost everything across the map. He lost all the SCVs. Across the map, we saw that ByuN, he was able to achieve a lot of damage. He was able to gain some momentum, but he was not able to cripple the economy. Again, he barely did not have enough. GG. GG, well played. In the end, it was crucial that herO was able to stay on top of the Marauders, and even if he was trading 1-to-1, he was making sure that the Marauders didn't get out of hand. They didn't hit critical mass. Did not hit critical mass. And with that, herO takes the lead, and we're loading into game number 2. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran player himself, we have the South Korean Terran for Shopify. It is ByuN. Here we go. ByuN still suffering from risk issues by his extremely high standards the micro seemed off. I don't know if I would agree with that in the sense when it comes to his micro. You could argue, if I'm not mistaken, I think the one thing that we could have maybe seen is stim. Like stim finished, but I don't recall him ever stimming his Marauders. Maybe he didn't notice himself. I don't know if that would have been enough to like overwhelm the Stalkers at the end of the game, just because things were already looking very dire there for ByuN, and ByuN's army was also very low on HP. But that's something we may have missed a little bit there. But yeah, here we go. Here we go. I know that in general, ByuN's risks have been improving. He's been vocal about this before, but something that was negatively affecting his risks was also his mental state as well. He spoke about like stress being like a factor, like when it comes to wrist pains, or when it comes to maybe not even wrist pains, but like his body tensing up, and that like affecting like or negatively impacting his wrists even more, like because of that. But he has been vocal that like his wrists have been improving, which is good. Is good. There we go. Here we go. From here, we have a standard economic opener. We're calming down. Racks expand out of ByuN. Single gas opener out of our Terran player. Likewise, herO also going for a standard build as well. I saw in the chat, herO never just defends, he attacks more than the other guy. I mean, I would say that typically herO's mantra when it comes to defending is like, the best defense is good offense, where he often tries to make things chaotic for the aggressing player as well, to try to make them go back home and defend. That's usually herO's approach to that sort of thing. Not always, but usually. He likes to make things chaotic. But here we go. We're settling into game 2. Welcome to White Rabbits. White Rabbit is a larger map in the map pool. Larger map, longer rush distance by ground. It is going to be a Twilight Council open out of herO. Standard play. Standard play. What we're really looking for here is how many gateways. Does herO go 2-gate, 3-gate, or 4-gate Blink Stalker? That will dictate just how greedy or how aggressive he's going to be. Likewise, on a larger map like this, we expect 2-gate Blink. Right? We're leaning towards 2-gate Blink into a faster third expansion, and maybe even a delayed robo as well. So eyes are on herO. At the same time, hallucination dips in. We also need to confirm the timing of the second racks. It is very common. ByuN does really enjoy 3cc3 racks or just 3 racks builds in general, but here he goes for a 1-1-1. So herO confirms there's no early stim timing, and he also confirms the add-on swap. Oh, fake add-on swap. Okay. ByuN, calm down. He revealed an add-on swap to go into tank production, but no, instead he's switching up into, I would assume, Banshee play. Raven. Okay, okay. Wait, what? Oh, fake cloak. Okay, going for fake cloak. Behind this herO, he is doubling down a little bit further, actually. Playing safer than I assumed he would. We do have the third gateway and the robo on the way. I mean, if herO believes that there's early tank production, that would indicate just a more defensive build, but this is a very safe opener out of herO, going for a delayed expansion. Hallucination will confirm that ByuN is looking to harass, that he delayed his tank. Yep, does get eyes on the Raven. In the end, the fake upgrade didn't really come into play, as herO now knows there's no Banshees. And now here he has to make use of this army, right? He has to make use of all these gateways. Prism is on the way. Oh, going into Temple Archives on 2 bases. This is a more modern build. It's been very trendy over the past couple of months. I'm sure you've heard of it, especially if you've... Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're committing a little bit harder. Oh, my God. Usually we go up to like maybe 4 gates and then take a third. This is very committed on 2 bases. This is hyper aggressive. This is usually followed by charge. But basically early storm, really fast storm. We've heard a lot of Terran players have problems with this. Even Clem has been vocal about this build. But early storm does mean that it can be very difficult to be aggressive as the Terran player, and you have to be more defensive. You have to be more defensive because of how late the third is. Remember, late third base, heavy gate count, early charge, early storm. Terran players, you need to turtle up back at home on 3 bases, but a lot of Terran players don't really enjoy that. They want to be active, they want to be aggressive, and this will punish an aggressive Terran. As auto chart does hit the natural, catching 2 probes, 3 probes even. Nice damage. 4. Oh my God. 4 probes. Oh no, 4 probes go down, but the Raven, oh, not enough dead space here, does hide in the left hand corner of the map. Oh no. Okay, it does get away. Does barely get away. ByuN pushes on the right hand side. So he does pull back, reinforcing his army. herO dropping into the main. Oh, and ByuN's not quite aware. And storm is almost done. ByuN, did he see the Temple Archives? He did. Okay. So this also explains why ByuN is being more tentative. Storm is revealed. And unfortunately, Stim is not denied. Denies combat shields at least. Here, I'm sure he was hoping for Stim. Denies the upgrade. Observer spots the army. And ByuN committing to drop play. And he's going for his drops. Does leave the main army in the center. Spots the observer. Okay. Nice pick of how to ByuN. As he moves out, drop moves back in. And especially with combat shields being denied, we should be seeing a 3rd CC soon. We should soon see an expansion. Here comes a double drop. Main base is exposed. There's the recall. Yeah, recall's back home. Storm is going to be not quite revealed, but the high tempo is revealed at least. Feedback in the medevacs, and there is that 3rd. As we mentioned before, it looked like ByuN was starting to push out, but he had scouted across the map, he saw the early storm, and as we tried to emphasize earlier, when it comes to this build, you don't want to push into it. You don't want to push into the defending Protoss with all those storms. So we got to take it slow, expand, get a 3rd base, and rely on drop play instead. Especially with the new storm, like pushing into storms is difficult. it's very difficult. So here he will gain map control. ByuN, he's turtling up on 3 bases, working towards his academy. The big kind of power spike, or the big moment here for ByuN, is actually establishing his 3rd. He's got a third CC on the way, but can he expand? hero's going to be here to punish. He's got 3 Eye Templar. He's got 3 Templars. He's got 3 Storms. Tanks are besieged. He's diving in. He's diving on set tanks. Here comes the first 2 Storms. Mainly zoning away. Yeah, no major connections. Does take down both tanks though. Yeah, both tanks go down. We have 3 more Storms coming in. Oh, and he's just going for it. Yeah, he's just going for the natural. I mean, with both tanks going down, this position is so much weaker. Oof. Yeah, brutal Storms. They catch out the mines. They soften up the bio. Another Storm is coming in on the ramp as well, and ByuN is being broken. He's being broken here. Zealous, they bust into the natural. They try to get into the mineral line. They don't quite get there. There's still, what, 2 Storms left. Oh, nice counter drop. Catching reinforcements, catching High Templar, and I think an Immortal. Yeah, an Immortal and a High Templar get caught. Nice drop here by ByuN. And you can see here, just wants to kill. He just wants to kill. Oh, going for the Storm. Yeah, massive Storm in the army. So 2 more Storms, and with that he breaks through. He breaks through. He's pushing into the mineral line. We have Marines coming in from behind. At least they're trying to. They do catch another High Templar. CC is killed. And hero's doing it. He's out of Storms, though. Yeah, he's running out of Storms. Marines, they do race back home to defend. They're getting on top of the Immortal. Boys are being pulled into the Archon. Oh, gosh. And it looks like ByuN will clean this up. ByuN, he will clean this up, but at a cost. GG gets called. Yeah, he cannot shut this down. And herO takes game number 2. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Winding up back to emphasize when it comes to this build, we spoke about how you have to turtle up and be defensive as a Terran player. ByuN having his tanks outside of his natural at a forward position was greedy. I mean, retrospectively, we can look at that and we can see it was just a little bit too greedy. If you remember, his 2 tanks were the first things to go down, and we emphasize without those 2 tanks, there's no defense, right? The tanks not being further back of the natural, not being in the main base to defend that natural location, it's very, very difficult to hold on to these Storm timings, to hold on to these early pushes. GG. GG, well played, and herO does take a 2-0 lead in the series. As I mentioned, specifically against this build, like, it's a very oppressive build, and a lot of aggressive Terran players, like, it just goes against, like, your preferred style to turtle up and to be more defensive. I will give credit, of course, to the double drop, right? ByuN, he was able to catch some High Templar, catch some Immortals. Really nice counterplay there, catching those reinforcing units. But when it came to the main defense, that's where ByuN was lacking. GG. GG, well played. And here we go, we're getting into game number 3. Let's go. This is unholdable. It is holdable, but as I mentioned, ByuN had a really rough start to the defense, as he did lose his first 2 tanks at the beginning of the engagement, as he was too far forward. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into game number 3, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Oh, hello. As we move out with a proxy ranks once again. Yeah, ByuN does set up outside of the main. Does set up. Raxes are on the way. Of course, herO, he will confirm that a Rax is missing, and it's going to be on herO to find it. To confirm the initial build. Remember, last time on Old Republic, we did see Proxy 2 Rax Marauder. That's not the case here. Only 1 SCV is across the map. So it looks like Proxy Reaper into Faster Factory back at home. I'm assuming. Or do we commit even harder here? No shot, we proxy the factory. Show us what you got. Show us what you got back. Yeah, he's going for the proxy factory. Okay, let's go. Gumiho, is that you? Aye. As here we go, the factory is on the way. With this, it should be proxy tank. The Cybercore isn't within range of this, right? I would hope not. I'm referring to when the Cybercore finishes, the vision's going to be increased. I think this should be too far away. Yeah. Should be too far back. With the reactor, I'm curious if we're going to be going into, like, proxy 111 into Hellion drop. Otherwise, we could just make a tech lab and go proxy tank and try to lay siege upon this position. Yeah. As this is out of vision. So I'm curious if we go for the swap or if we go for the tech lab. Going for the tech lab. From here, herO, he is aware that something is wrong. Of course, he's scouting, going for his own counter proxy. If you remember, he went for the same reaction on Old Republic, going for his own proxy gateway to punish. He will scout the pocket location. He will confirm the proxy 111. He'll see the starport as well. He might even delay it. There's 3 Marines. Yeah, it does kite back. Nice damage on the first Marine. Kills 1. We'll soon kill 2. Extra shots going off. So 2 Marines go down. Again, does confirm the 111. There's that proxy gateway across the map to punish. And we have that defensive shield battery. herO is counterattacking. We have the slow siege here towards the main base. I believe Warp Gate should still finish. Yep, there's Chrono. Warp Gate will complete. We're setting up further back here in the main. A stronger defensive line. Here, I'm sure he's ready to just lose this gateway and lose the cyber core. And here comes the counterattack. And back at home, there's nothing. Remember, there's nothing back at home. And there's nothing to defend. Pushing up the ramp, catching SCVs. Cyber core is going to go down. And ByuN is on the timer. ByuN is on a timer. herO has a natural base. You can always abandon the main if need be. But again, he's getting more batteries, warping in more units, biding his time, catching on more SCVs. Oh, here's gonna be careful. Gotta calm down. Yeah, now trying to collapse on the army. Ooh, herO, he will lose all 3 zealots here. He does try to force on friendly fire, but there's the on siege. Yeah, nice moves by ByuN. And across the map, he lost everything. Yeah, every SCV is going down. As I mentioned here, he has to be willing to pull away. Probes are being focused. There we go. Does evacuate towards the natural. And here has to play it slow. Just play it slow. Pick away at the Marines. Oh no! Yeah, tank shots going off. Here from here, he should be turning back around. Like, we're not achieving much across the map. We gotta race back home. He's gotta race back. He's supply blocked. Yeah, brutal supply block. Robo's on the way, but he cannot make an immortal. Bearing in mind that ByuN has the high ground and he can't get within range of the Nexus. Oh, and with 3 tanks, ByuN's army might not be dealt with. Like, I don't see herO fighting this head on. Not anymore. Yeah, he's rotating over. A nice save on the final tank. This army is just, it's too big. It's too good. How do you push into 4 tanks back? You don't. Now hero's getting a ninja base. He does leave save his probes. But again, it's on herO to micro his hard outs. Like, it's on herO to try to catch any stray Marines, stray tanks, stray medevacs. Does find the CC. Oh. It may catch fire, actually. ByuN searching for the expansion. Okay, CC does get away. Army gets spotted. Oh! Ooh! Almost losing a Stalker. He wants it. Yeah, he boosts in. He wants that Stalker. He gets it. Stalker goes down. Second Stalker falls. Massive pickoff. And he's going for the final fight. Yeah, ByuN is overwhelming. Takes down 11 probes. And ByuN is done. A GG gets called. ByuN fights back. ByuN takes game number 1. Also, he takes game number 3. GG. GG. 2-0. I think I accidentally flipped them in mid-game. I accidentally flipped the players. But GG, well played. ByuN puts a point on the board. He takes game number 3. Again, we saw that herO, he was able to cripple the economy across the map, but he was never able to deal with those tanks. I would say that herO had a late robo. His robo was very, very delayed. Getting to an immortal would have been ideal to focus on those tanks, but he could never push into tank range, never deal with that army. It was a brutal supply block, and again, he wasn't quite able to get that robo up and running. If you remember, I want to say he went up to 4 gateways first. He threw down his 4th gateway before any kind of robo tech, and with that he was shut down. He was shut down. GG well played, who could never engage with the main army. I do apologize for having the wrong scores on the screen. Again, I think I flipped it like mid-game. But let's go. Let us go. As we're getting into game number 4. Loading into Winter Madness. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss we have representing T1, leading the series 2-1, but and 1 game away from claiming the series, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, we have the red Terran representing Shopify, putting a point on the board, and 1 game away from forcing the ace match, it is ByuN. Here we go. Isn't it 2-1 to ByuN? Didn't he won the first proxy game too, right? No, he lost the first proxy game. The game where ByuN went proxy Marauder, he did lose. If you remember, his Marauders got surrounded by probes. The Marauders got surrounded, and herO won the game. That's where we commented on ByuN getting stim but not actually using stim, if you recall, with the proxy Marauder. But here we go. Here we go. As from here, ByuN, this time he's back at home. This time the Rax is back at home. We have a single gas geyser here as well, so going for a more economic start, going for a Rax expand. Going for the Rax expand. Meanwhile, herO likewise going for his own standard opener as well. Gate Cyber into Nexus. So far, so good. Welcome to Winter Madness. We spoke about this in the previous PvT, but Winter Madness is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Longer games are a little bit more common on this map as well. If we were casting someone like Classic, I would assume that we would see a longer matchup here and we would get into a longer game, but herO likes to be aggressive at times, so we'll keep an eye on herO as he does skirt around the edge of the map with that probe. Are we going proxy Stargate? No shot. No. Okay. We're good. Okay, just coming in for the scout, he does avoid the main scouting path. ByuN does check here close by. ByuN, he did skip his SCV scout and he skipped his Reaper as well. So ByuN is playing blind. This is very common amongst in TVP. Very common. Just skip the SCV scout, cut your corners, and herO confirms. Does confirm the build. From here, Twilight Council opener out of herO, going for a standard tech path, going into Blink. I would say there's less of a reason here to go into early Storm. I would say it's weaker on Winter Madness. Oh, as the Adept does delay the CC. Ay. Yeah, SCV goes down, Marine as well. Big delay here for ByuN. As we have more Adepts on the way. Getting to a second. SCV comes down to low ground, but I believe it should be focused down once again. Is delayed. Delays the expansion. SCV does go down. No. Takes down the SCV. Cyclone will eventually defend, and ByuN can eventually expand, but a disrupted opener here for ByuN. A rough start. So a shaky opener. Behind this, herO gets into Blink. We'll see how many gateways. Remember, last time we saw this on White Rabbit, herO did go up to, what was it, 6 gates on 2 bases, going to Storm as well. But here we should be seeing a lower gateway count into a faster third. herO's playing it safe though, does go for the Robo. So 2 gate Blink, 3 gate Blink into the Robo. Very safe play out of herO. Meanwhile, ByuN is going for the 1-1-1 into Banshee play. No cloak. If you recall, this was a style that was popularized at the start of the year, I want to say. Actually, sorry, it was last year pre-patch. That's it. It was last year pre-patch. But essentially, because it was so common for Protoss players to open up Robo, Cloak Banshees became less common because it was very common to have observers to defend back at home. So instead, Terran players started going for speed instead. Again, this was pre-patch before speed was buffed. I say speed was buffed. I want to say they reduced, was it the cost or the research time? It was one of the two. But even before that, like, players were already opening up Banshee. Speed Banshee. It's a way to get damage done. It's a way to preserve the Banshee, to have some more micro potential, and to potentially gain damage and gain value. So the Banshees are amassing. So this started what, like last year, October-ish? October, September? As herO does get behind the mineral line. Tank is in position. herO waiting for Blink to come off cooldown. Remember, he's expanding. 3-gate Blink into the third. herO, he can threaten to dive into the main. Oh, he will spot the Banshee. Does spot speed as well. Dives in, no tank. Uh oh. No, the tank spawns in on the wrong side, and the tank is going to be focused down. Massive pickup. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. Tank goes down. That means the main base is more exposed. Supply block here for ByuN. Observer gets spotted, thankfully. Observer gets spotted, no high ground vision. And hero's aggression is subsiding. Oh. If it wasn't for that scan, herO, he could have blinked in again. As you can see, hero's reinforcing. He has momentum, but he has no high ground vision. He's waiting for the second observer. Now, what's scary here is the add-on swap. ByuN, he lost the second tank. He's not rebuilding it. He's not replacing. He's vulnerable. He's exposed, and the final tank goes down. Oh, there we go. Doesn't target fire. Yeah, bit of miscontrol by herO. Did take 2 extra volleys. So here we gotta look in. We gotta look in, baby. Yes, ByuN does defend. He will zone this away, but again, we might see more reinforcements. Okay, here does back off. Rallying more soldiers across the map. Yeah, and here is overwhelming. GG. GG gets called. To lose both tanks and have no reinforcing tanks, that is brutal. There's no defensive setup here. GG. And herO will claim the series 3-1. GG, well played. Again, an unfortunate setup there for ByuN to lose that first tank. Winding it back, remember, the tank spawned in on the other side of the factory, so it was just right in the face of all those stalkers. It could just be focused down. With that first tank falling, that wasn't game then and there, but the fact that he had switched, he had add-on swapped out, so that he wouldn't have another reinforcing tank to defend, meant that, I mean, he had nothing. He had nothing to defend. He had one tank on the low ground that got focused down as well. It was messy control there by herO, as it was a little bit delayed when it came to killing that tank, but again, aside from that, herO could just bully the army. Bully the Marines. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, herO. He will claim the series. We had a bit of a back and forth here. Shout out to ByuN for having a cheeky build earlier, going for the proxy on 10,000 feet to be able to pull off the 1-1-1. So we had a cheeky game there from ByuN, but outside of that, herO was able to overwhelm and able to claim the series. GG, well played. And again, herO does claim this KSL. Again, this week, for those who are unaware, herO won almost every single tournament. We spoke about this last night during the podcast, and I posted on Reddit the tournament results on the week. But this week, herO, he won KSL. He won the Monday Night Weekly, Pegastar Cup, Sparkling Tuna Cup, and Kung Fu Cup. 5 tournaments. He won all 5 tournaments this week. The one tournament that he didn't win was the WarDTV Monday. WarDTV Monday is the one tournament that he didn't win. He made it to the finals, and he went to the ace match against Classic, and he did lose against Classic in the ace match. But this was a herO week, is what I will say. This was herO's week, as he just cleaned house and took everything, papi. Yeah. I mean, he is the best Protoss player in the world, so if anyone's going to do it, it is going to be herO. But yeah, he had a strong week and won it all, baby. Crazy. GG, well played. Protoss won, unbelievable. I mean, again, a lot of this was on ByuN as well. Like, it's very uncommon to for a Terran player to again switch out of tank production as quickly as ByuN did, especially against Stalker aggression, for example. I think maybe he was a little bit too reliant on sniping the observer, but even then, it was just a really bold move out of ByuN. Likewise, this was some chaos, this was some proxy marauders as well, some more chaotic kind of like early game in a couple of these games as well. But GG, well played. Congratulations to herO. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the day. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, I believe we do have our graphic available here. There we go. Over the weekend, we have the RSL. We have the RSL playoffs over the weekend. That is going to be the upper bracket. I think it's the upper bracket, or is it lower bracket this week? Let's double check. Let us double check. So RSL Season 4 is going to be the Oh, it's going to be both, of course. So on Saturday, we do have the lower brackets. It is going to be Xian versus Cure and herO versus Rogue. And on Sunday, it's going to be Mar versus ByuN and MaxPax versus Trigger. So a bunch of mirror matchups on Sunday and some more diverse play on Saturday. So again, we're going to be covering the RSL over the weekend, and we also have the Platinum StarCraft League over on Sunday as well. The Platinum StarCraft League is not an open cup, bear that in mind. It is similar, it is MMR restricted. So players like herO, Raynor, Clem, MaxPax, Cure, ByuN, they cannot play in that tournament. I want to say it excludes, I think it's like top 16 on the League. I think it's top 16 on the League. Cannot compete, so it's for like the up and coming players, like just below the top of the top. So those players who compete in the Platinum StarCraft League. Again, that's going to be Sunday night, in between the RSLs. So it's going to be an intense weekend, but otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Again, KSL is a monthly tournament. If you want to help support the Korean StarCraft League, !KSL in the chat. There is a link in the chat to the Patreon of the Korean StarCraft League, so you help support them there if you wish. The KSL used to be a weekly. It used to be a weekly, then it turned into a bi-weekly, like every fortnight, and now it's a monthly. So support has been waning for KSL, which is a bit of a shame. Well, it is a shame. So if you want to help support the KSL, you can do so via Patreon. Shout out to Dave, Testa, and Chicken Man for, of course, running it on a regular basis and for making sure that we do still have a KSL. So big shout out to Dave, Testa, and Chicken Man. Again, we usually cast it live, but if you remember, this weekend we were not able to, just because of RSL. Like, we had a really busy weekend with the Revival StarCraft League, and I had very little sleep, so I didn't feel confident that I could cast KSL well with RSL on top of that. So I wasn't too confident. So we decided to go for a replay cast for KSL instead. But usually we cast it live. Usually it is live. The next KSL, I believe, is scheduled for the 18th. Yep, the 18th of April. So again, every month as a KSL is going to be on the 18th. But plenty of other StarCraft as well, with Kung Fu Cup, with Sparkling Tuna Cup, Pigastar Cup, Water TV Mondays, and as you can see, even more events. If you want to help support us, you can do so by following us on the socials. We do stream on YouTube at the same time as Twitch, so you can help us out on YouTube, especially because VODs are available instantly. If you missed out on some of these games, if you missed out on some of these broadcasts, if you were like, yo, I didn't get to watch Kung Fu Cup or Tuna Cup or the Podcast where it's our weekly talk show where we talk all things StarCraft, it's all over on YouTube. It's all on YouTube, man. It's all there. But otherwise, thanks for watching. When it comes to StarCraft Evolution, finally, we're going to be getting back into some SE Evo casting next week. Next week, we should be casting SE Evo on Monday and Tuesday as well. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up for the time being. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys over the weekend for some RSL. Over the weekend. You can also support us via Patreon if you will. If you wish, Patreon does help us fund our tournaments. So Tuna Cup, Duckling Open, Master Swan Open as well, all funded via Patreon. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Ciao, papi ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.